Hello geometry students, a quick review of transversals or parallel lines cut by a transversal. Given that line V is parallel to U, I have a transversal. Identify the angles. Vertical angles, of course, form an X. They're on opposite sides of an X. There are quite a few of them in this situation. I mean 5 and 3, 4 and 6, 7 and 1, 8 and 2. Those are all vertical angles on opposite sides of an X. Alternate interior angles. Alternate interior angles means exactly what it says. Alternate means they are on opposite sides of the transversal. Interior means they are sandwiched between the parallel lines. 7 and 3, 6 and 2. Alternate interior angles, 7 and 3. And the other pair, 6 and 2. Those angles are congruent. Whoops. Corresponding angles means one's inside, one's outside, same side. Inside, outside, same side. Inside, outside, same side. There's actually quite a few of these as well. I don't know that I'm going to list all of them. Let's see, 3 and 1, the ones I highlighted. 6 and 8. 7 and 5. Same side, outside. One's inside, one's outside. And of course, 2 and 4. One's inside, one's outside, same side. Alternate exterior angles on opposite sides and outside. Alternate exterior, opposite sides and outside. So 8 and 4. And the other pair is 5 and 1. Up to this point, every one of these angles, every one of these pairs are congruent. 7 is congruent to 3, 2 is congruent to 4, 5 is congruent to 1. But how about a linear pair? A linear pair literally forms a line. It will look like this. It's what I call a protractor problem. So if you put a protractor here, it's 180 degrees. So basically they form a line. There's actually quite a few of these also. Angle 5 and angle 6. Angle 6 and angle 3. Angle 3 and angle 4, etc. I don't want to list them all. You've got 7 and 2, 7 and 8, 8 and 1. Basically anything that forms a line is a linear pair. How about same side interior? Well, it means exactly what it says. On the same side, inside. So angle 2 and 3, angles 2 and 3. Angle 7 and 6. Same side exterior. And again, these angles or pairs are all congruent. Whereas these are all supplementary. Together they equal 180. Find all remaining angle measures, blah, 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 blah. It tells me that V is congruent to U. What I need to do is I need to look to see if I have which ones are narrow angles and which ones are wide angles. If you're not sure, then draw yourself a really extreme picture. What I mean by that is do something like this. This is obviously a very sharp angle. This is a very dull angle, and it's easier to see when you have an example like that. Now that you know what they are, the measure of angle 1 is 100. That means all of those orange angles are 100. To find the other one, you just say 180 minus 100 equals 80. That means all the remaining, all the small angles are 80. In a situation like this, there are only 2 measurements that can happen for every single angle. So with that in mind, look at this one. This is actually an algebra problem. You need to make sure you know what the relationship is between these 2 angles. Are they congruent Or are they together equal to 180? And if you're not sure, just draw yourself a picture and you can see that these are both sharp angles. So they are equal. So I'm going to set them equal. They are the same measure. And then it just turns into an algebra problem after that. Can't solve it because the variable appears twice. So I'm going to get my variable appearing only once. X equals 20. Always check to make sure you found the answer to the question. I have found part of the answer, but this also wants me to plug it back in and find the other angle measures. So the measure of angle, the first one, $80 minus 15, I guess that's about 65. And then 180. All the rest of them are 115. So all the acute angles are 65. All the obtuse angles are 115. Compare that with number 4. You need to figure out what the relationship is between these. The most common mistake is going to be to set these equal. They are not equal. One is a very wide angle and one is a narrow angle. Don't set them equal. They are not equal. Together, they equal 180. They're supplementary. The most common mistake will be for people to set those equal. And I can't help you if you do that. So angle plus angle equals 180. And again, you can see what it is I've got the orange angle plus the yellow angle. Then beyond that, collect your like terms, 5x's minus 20. What's 200 divided by 5? 40. Of course, that's not the official answer. Plug it back in to make sure your answer makes sense. This is 110. And it does look like it could be a 110 degree angle. That means this better be a 70 degree angle. I'm just going to plug in 40. And I get 70. And that's that.